Good morning. It is Sunday. My dog's gonna bark. Sunday, June 11th. I am drinking coffee. It is 9:30. I am getting ready for the day. Got to make a couple of very specific videos that will be released on Monday. I need Keto Chow flavor. That literally had me in tears. I'm so excited. So a little recipe testing, but right now I'm drinking some coffee. I'm going to go and check on Richard. He is getting ready. We just got, for those of you who have been following along with this journey, we have a awesome, we have a Silverado that we picked up, I guess almost 2 years ago for like $500. Super cheap. It was like the steal of the century. And the transmission went out probably about 5 months ago, 4 or 5 months ago. And Richard tried to work on rebuilding it, he replaced some different parts, and it's been a total headache. But we finally, anyone that is familiar with car parts these days, transmissions are a pain because producers are not making as many, and so there is a delay. And so we've had one delay after another with getting a new transmission and a new torque converter, and everything finally came this week. So today he is going to be putting in the new transmission in the truck, and that's going to be a huge headache. So I'm going to be here for moral support. But I am going to have to go outside and check on him, and then in a little while I'm going to have to help him move the truck and get it into place, which we're going to use some creative southern engineering and use the riding lawnmower and a whole bunch of muscle to just move that back onto the carport so he can work on it. But yeah, that's about that. And then I have some work to do around the house. So we're going to go and peek in on Richard. I think he's got music playing, so I probably won't be able to have any audio. But we'll check on him. Let's go see. All right, here we go. Richard doing Richard things. He's carting off the old transmission. And man, does he have his work cut out for him today. Here's the empty carport. That's old fluid from the old transmission. Here's all of the new workings. See, he's been driving the GTO for the last few months while we've been waiting to get the transmission, and now here's the truck that we magically have to get onto the carport for him to be able to replace the transmission. Should be fun. Hey guys, happy Sunday. So I filmed like a little bit of an intro earlier. So I have been working on doing a little bit of meal prep. I am actually only going to be home Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week. Wednesday afternoon, basically as soon as I finish up my work day, the chainsaw and I are leaving Charleston to take a little road trip up to Virginia to visit my parents. So we're going to be up there from Wednesday through Saturday. So I don't really have to meal prep a whole lot. Richard and the other kids will be totally cool winging it on their own while I'm gone. So I'm really just prepping a little bit to kind of get me by for my personal meals for the next 3 days. So it's a very small little kind of mini meal prep to knock out a couple of things. Meanwhile, Richard is under the truck. The transmission's getting all buttoned up, so he's working on that. Chainsaw is being an absolute potato today, which she is allowed to do because it is her summer break. I'm kind of straightening up, trying to make sure I've got everything done. You know how it is when you're going out of town, like I'm trying to make sure I've got all my laundry done and the bathrooms are clean and I don't have anything to worry about while I'm gone. So I'm just kind of doing all of those things. So I feel a little hyper. But yeah, that's kind of my itinerary for the day, is to continue getting ready before I go out of town and to do that little bit of a meal prep. Now, in addition, it is June 11th, so it is day 11 of Relaxed Carnivore, as well as my 15,000 step a day challenge that I made for myself. So
So far, I have actually, the only thing that I have eaten, I just grabbed a meat and cheese stick, one of the Frigo little meat and cheese stick pairing things, and I just had one of those, and I made myself an iced coffee for this afternoon. And the iced coffee, normally, like when I'm drinking hot coffee in the morning, I just drink black coffee. But if I'm drinking iced coffee, it's kind of like a treat. And so I do a little splash of half and half in there. So I figured since I was having the little meat and cheese stick, I would go ahead and have a little treat of an iced coffee as well. So that's it for what I've eaten a day so far today. And we will see what else happens over the course of the day. Let me see what time it is. It's 1:30. So just broke my fast around 1:30 with a meat and cheese stick and some iced coffee. And yeah, I guess that's it. But I'm going to include, since the meal prep is so small, I am going to go ahead and just include it in this day video. So y'all fast forward and rewind as you need to have all of the things in the one video. All right, see y'all in bed.
All right, so I've got my blender out. I found a carton of egg whites that literally goes out of date tomorrow. And it has been in my fridge for a little while. Got that, a little bit of gelatin and some xanthan gum, and I'm going to try and make a sheet of some egg white noodles, just because, frankly, I need to use this carton of egg whites. It's been in my fridge and didn't realize that it was going out of date. So I am measuring 1 cup of the egg white mixture into my blender. And these are just the regular egg whites, nothing crazy, nothing special. I'm doing 1 packet of the Knox gelatin and a little sprinkle of some kosher salt in there as well. And I'm going to go and blend that until it's nice and fluffy. I'm going to also add a 1/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum, and I'm going to go and toss that into the blender while it's going. And then I let it sit for about 5 minutes before pouring it onto my little Silpat. And as you can see, the mixture is a little bit thicker and kind of spreadable. So I'm trying to get it to that consistency before I throw it into the oven. Now I also have preheated the oven to 350. That's the temperature that I'm going to bake this at. And this is, honestly, there are so many different recipes for making like a protein noodle with egg whites. I didn't have beef gelatin, which some of them called for. I didn't have egg white protein powder, which some of them called for. So I just kind of was winging it with what I had on hand, just to use these up and try and find something to make with them. So as you can see, I'm just kind of trying to spread it as best I can on my silicone mat. And this is the mat is a little too large for my cookie sheet, so it actually creates kind of a well in the center, which is kind of nice. So got it all evened out and stuck it into into the oven at 350 and baked it for about 10 minutes. These are actually little egg loaf. The only silicone muffin tin that I have is heart-shaped, so these are heart-shaped, but these are kind of sweetened. An egg loaf is just a mixture of whole eggs, cream cheese, and some melted butter. I added some vanilla sweetener, the skinny syrup sweetener, and some cinnamon, and mixed everything really well and baked it for... And here we go. We are back to Richard. At this point, the transmission's in. Let's just turn on the last connectors. We're good.
Block number 1 with the chainsaw. With me. With you. Yep. We are walking. It is the heat of the day. It is like 1:30. It's gross outside, and someone was like, hey, you want to go take a walk outside?
It's actually 2 o'clock.
It's 2 o'clock, excuse me. Heat of the day. It is at least breezy, though.
Yeah.
That makes it a little better. But yeah, somebody's like, hey, you want to go walk?
It's apparently 66 degrees out here.
That is a lie. That is a blatant lie. It's like 84.
Let's see, what's the real feel?
It's hot.
What do you think the real feel is?
The real feel is going to be like 90, at least.
Stupid.
Real fuel 67.
Okay, your phone is wrong. I will check it on mine,
No, I got
and then we'll see. Refresh it. Refresh.
Oh,
Refresh. Refresh.
I'm trying my best. Ow. Someone bit my elbow. Oh, 84. Sorry.
84.
Real fuel 95.
Real fuel, 95.
Let's go take a walk in the heat of the day. It's going to be great. It's important to walk.
It is.
It is.
Don't mock me, Mother.
I'm not. I love you.
It's
She's
some-
going to be my travel buddy to Virginia this week.
Yay. Are we
DJ
gonna film that?
Chainsaw.
Are we going to film that too?
Yeah, why not?
Cool. Yo, I'm the best DJ.
You are. You are the best DJ and the best travel buddy, frankly. You're awesome.
I know I am. I keep people entertained.
Yeah. Well, she keeps me entertained at least. All right, I'm going to put my phone down now because it's both hot and
Your
I
arm's
feel like
getting
it's
tired?
my arm's getting real tired.
I mean, I can hold the phone.
It's okay. We're going to walk. And then we'll check back in with everybody on our next walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
All right, so I had 2 chicken breasts that I needed to use up before I head out of town this week. So these were actually 2 pretty good sized chicken breasts. I baked them in the oven at 350 for 25 minutes. And these, no fat was added. I just seasoned them. So I used like garlic salt, garlic pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, some paprika and black pepper. And all I'm going to do is put these into my big biscuit bowl and shred these with a fork just to get everything separated. I had already trimmed and kind of gotten that little tendon out of the chicken breast and everything before I baked them. So there are no like gristly or difficult pieces in these. So just simple shredding baked chicken is something that I just needed to use up. And I mean, you can do pretty much anything with baked chicken. So once I get this all shredded, what I'm going to use it for is actually to make kind of just a simple carnivore-ish crack chicken without using the crock pot. So once I get this all shredded, I'm going to take the juice that's left in the pan and just kind of mix it around in that shredded chicken too, just because there's so much seasoning and so much flavor in that juice. And wanted to add that to it and, you know, keep some of that moisture in. And I tasted it and it was amazing. So next, what we are going to do with this chicken is add a few different little ingredients. So I have a half of a brick of just regular cream cheese. And so I'm going to get this half a brick softened. Like normally if I would do 3 or 4 chicken breasts, I would do a whole brick. But just a half a brick will work just fine for what I've got. So just kind of put that on a very low temperature in the microwave to, you know, just get it softened a little bit. Then I have 5 slices of bacon that I cooked a couple of days ago. I've got some Mexican shredded cheese. And I'm going to go ahead and start combining my ingredients. So I'm just going to add that half of a brick of cream cheese to my chicken and kind of try and incorporate that first before I add any of the other ingredients. Just because, you know, the cream cheese more than anything will kind of clump in there if it's not softened and if it's not kind of mixed well before I start adding in the other ingredients. So get that nice and incorporated. And then we're going to break up all of the bacon. This, I was hoping it would crumble for the most part in there before, you know, just so that I could just dump it directly in, but it didn't. There were still some bigger pieces that I had to break apart by hand. So you see me kind of struggling with breaking up all of the bacon, but still about 5 slices of bacon added just into like some bite-sized crumbles. This is where that Kirkland crumbled bacon, the pre-cooked crumbled bacon would absolutely be magic. It would make this so much easier, and I probably would have added a lot more. Next, we're going to go ahead and try and incorporate the bacon before I go on to add the cheese. Just, again, trying to get it incorporated each step along the way. Now, for the cracked chicken, you have some different options as far as what you want to do with it. My non-keto people in the house will have this like on a toasted bun or something like that. Richard is going to be eating this on some low carb wraps that we're going to kind of like warm up and get a little firm in a skillet. And for me, I'm just going to be eating it out of a bowl because it's just that good. It's very, very rich. So it's not like you can have a ton of it at a time. Just all of that cream cheese does make it very, very rich. But it's just delicious. So I'm adding half a cup of shredded cheese. I'm using the Mexican blend, but you can use whatever your favorite cheese is. Sharp cheddar works really well in this. So does Colby Jack. And I had to switch to a firm spatula to be able to mix the cheese in really, really well. And it smelled so good. The whole kitchen just smelled like a fresh baked chicken and all of the bacon and everything. It all smells so good. Just get this all mixed together, all incorporated. And it will kind of firm up a little bit as the cream cheese starts to firm up in the refrigerator. But big old bite, y'all. Stuff is so good. And before I put it up, I had several more bites by hand. Now, if you are more keto or ketovore and you're cool with it, a few like sliced green onions on top would also be excellent. So don't dismiss that. That might be a great option for you too. Yeah, sneaking more bites. I can't help it. All right, now it's time for chorizo. So I have this little pack that's been in the freezer for a few days. The Hatfield chorizo, again, is my favorite. The ingredients are the cleanest. It's really just meat and seasoning. So this is just a 1 pound pack. Anytime I see this on sale, I buy it because it is delicious. All I'm doing with this today is just, I'm going to crumble it and just put it in a container and have it in the fridge so that I can either have it with meals or make egg cups or whatever I decide to do over the course of the next couple of days. And then if I don't eat this, then Richard will have it for later in the week when I'm gone. But basically, I'm just warming up a skillet and just throwing it in there, and I'm going to brown it up. There is nothing special about it. I don't do any seasoning. I don't add any fat because there is enough fat from the pork and the chorizo. Now, guys, I have been keto for almost 6 years. I just bought this little spatulator dude like 2 weeks ago, and I regret that I have not spent the like $7 on this way earlier. I have an Amazon link that'll be in the description below for, the different gadgets and things in my kitchen, and this is included in that. Literally $7. This thing has changed my life. With as much ground beef as I cook and chorizo that I cook, it makes everything so much easier when I'm browning stuff. So if you have one and have never used it, use it. If you don't have one, $6-7, you can buy one on Amazon and get it in 2 days. And it's so awesome. It just makes the ground beef crumbles, or like in this case, the chorizo crumbles, much smaller, much more uniform. It's so great. As you can see too, with this Hatfield brand chorizo, you can see that there's just not a bunch of fat left in the pan. And that's another reason why it's my fave.
Look who's detailing his truck now. He got the transmission installed. It's shifting smooth. So now he's cleaning it up, driving it to work tomorrow. This guy, he kind of can do like everything. I'm so proud of him. I know that he was a little worried that it might not go as planned, so. And then I have a little friend. Hello, darling. Yep. The iris. Anyway, it is, I think like 5 something now, and it's supposed to start raining here in a little bit. We've got a line of storms coming, so I'm a little concerned we won't get all of our walks in today, but we should be able to at least get one in before the rain comes. So hopefully I'll be able to get enough steps to hit my 15,000 for today, and we'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, I'm sitting out here for moral support. I helped him wash the truck, but I'm not doing the vacuuming part because it is 90 degrees outside. So All right, I will see y'all at dinner time if we do that, which I'm sure we will, but I don't know what we're doing. And then I will see you if we won't. Hey guys. All right, so it is, let's see, almost 8 o'clock. We just had dinner. I had 2 leftover of my carnivore-ish enchiladas. Sorry, I just like kicked this and it shook. I'm sorry. But I just had 2 enchiladas with a little bit of sour cream on top. So the enchiladas essentially are an egg life wrap. The inside is some seasoned ground beef with a little bit of shredded cheese and some enchilada sauce, which is the only non-carnivore-ish thing in the recipe. And then baked with a little bit more enchilada sauce and some cheese on top. So I had that with a little bit of sour cream. And the bummer is we have a very wide and strong line of storms going over us right now. So it is raining very steadily right now. I just looked at the forecast and it's like the next 2.5 hours is supposed to rain. And that'll put us, you know, after my bedtime. Might even hear the thunder right now. So the bummer is I'm right around like 8,000 steps for the day. And I don't see myself reaching my goal. Granted, I got way over 15,000 yesterday. Tomorrow's a work day and it's supposed to be pretty, so hopefully I will be able to, between work and walks in the afternoon, hopefully be able to get my steps with no problem and maybe make up for the fact that I am short today. But I don't really know what else to do other than march in place. So that's kind of a bummer. It's nice in the fact that in the summer here in Charleston, it gets extremely warm and uncomfortable. It's very humid. And so we have these afternoon kind of pop-up showers pretty much, I mean, almost every day. And there's a relief to them because it does cool us off. So I'm thankful for the rain. It is much more comfortable. I mean, as you can see, I actually have sleeves on because I'm outside and it's a little cooler outside now. But yeah, it's just a bummer overall that I'm not going to be able to get my walks in. So kind of sucks, but it is what it is, you know, as it were. So that really wraps up my day of eating, and also my meal prep for today. I only prepped a couple of things. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm only going to be home for 3 more days before I head out of town. So I'm just doing enough to kind of get mainly myself through the next few days. And then Richard and the older kids are on their own once I leave on Wednesday. So that's about that. I wanted to address something. This actually, it has nothing to do with me personally and nothing to do with my channel, but something to do with a good friend of mine. So many of you that are in the keto and carnivore space, you may or may not know that a lot of us that are within this community become friends. We meet each other either by doing interviews or just kind of chatting in comments or whatever. We become friends over time. And I've been very, very lucky to make some really wonderful friends within this community as far as other people who are fantastic leaders, who are encouraging and inspiring people to better themselves and better their health through a proper human diet. I've been very lucky with the people that I have met and been able to call friends. Some of my earliest friends on this journey are James and Emily at Ready Set Keto, and they were the first to talk to me personally. They invited me to their Facebook group. They invited me to moderate their Facebook group with them, and they've just become great friends over the last year or so that I've been involved more with this community. And they are genuinely just very lovely and kind people, very humble people. And yesterday, while I was cooking dinner, I saw a video that they posted. It was very short. It was only about 2.5 minutes. And it said, we're taking a break. And they explained that some things were said to them that were very ugly and hurt their feelings, and that they were stepping away. And so I reached out to Emily and wanted to find out, what was going on. And those of you who may have watched their channel, and if you haven't, I encourage you to do so, because they really are some wonderful people. But they have included not only the two of them, but they've included their young son Noah and his journey to improving his health. Also, Emily's brother Derek has been featured as well with his weight loss journey, which has been absolutely phenomenal. And the negativity that they received was actually towards their young son. And Noah, for those of you who don't know the family, he's a tween. He's a young boy, and he is a kid. And while I acknowledge that any of us that are in this space are opening ourselves up to criticism in some sort of way, it is abhorrent to me that anyone would take an opportunity in the comments section of a YouTube video to be a bully to a middle schooler. And the mama bear in me is sadly not surprised that people out there are that hateful and emblazoned with their hideous personalities. But I want to send all of my best vibes and all of my hugs to Noah and to James and Emily. I know that you guys want nothing more than to love and protect your son and to help him have a wonderful life. And he's been so excited to be included on your journey and included on your channel, and he's so sweet. He's such a cute kid, and we love him to death. Your fans, all of us that have followed along, have been so proud of Noah all along and his progress, but not just his health progress, but in opening up and being more sociable. And it makes me mad. James, Emily, you guys know that my vocabulary is much more colorful in real life than it is on the YouTubes. But I'm so sorry, guys. I am so sorry that someone was so hateful and said such terrible things to you. Whatever the exact words are, I don't know. But whatever those words were that were said, please know that you have thousands of people behind you cheering you on, cheering Noah, and hoping for all three of you, and Derek, all four of you, to reach your best success. And Noah specifically, I am sorry, honey, that there are a handful of just bad apples in the world. And I promise you that not everybody's like that. And I'm sorry whatever was said to you or about you. I am sorry that someone was that hateful to you. And I wish I could give you a big old hug from here. And if I see you at Keto Palooza, I will give you a big old mom hug, because I am sorry. No one deserves to be treated like that from strangers. And unfortunately, guys, people that sit behind their keyboards seem to think that they could say whatever they want. And, you know, I'm assuming that they're all not from the FAFO generation of the 90s. Some of y'all may know what that means, and if you don't, I'm sorry, I can't swear on YouTube. So that's that. But two things about that. Let this, number one, serve as a reminder that being a bully in the YouTube comments section makes you lousy. But number 2, if you have not checked out Ready Set Keto and followed James and Emily and Noah and Derek along on their journey, definitely go check them out. They're wonderful people. They also have a Facebook group. It is titled the same, Ready Set Keto. Come check it out. I am over there as well. They are awesome people and super inspiring. And unfortunately, because of some internet bullies, they have decided to take a break from YouTube and being able to share their story and inspire others, and it makes me mad. So all I know is that the culprit's name is Marina, and it's spelled stupid, just like her attitude. So if anyone knows Marina, or hey Marina, if you're a subscriber, please comment below so I can block you, because I think that you suck. Alright, that's about it. I'm gonna wrap it up, but you know, here's the thing, guys. It's YouTube. I'm allowed to do a certain amount of complaining or whining or ranting without going too crazy. And I'm sorry, I won't stand for somebody bullying a kid. It's messed up. So, Marina, spelled stupid, talk stupid. Show your face and your name in the comments, please, honey. I would love to have a talk with you. All right. See y'all tomorrow.